Let's talk about a couple of unbelievable lifts from Hermes which surprised the entire arm wrestling community. First one is this, the riser lift, 50 kilos and almost 20 reps. Well, it's actually 19. Maybe Hermes lost the count, but I think he could have done 20. So 50 kilos, 20 reps, it's unbelievable. I think as of now, Hermes not only has the best back pressure lift in the world, but he may also have the best riser lift in the world. And yes, I am including Levan in this. I don't think he can lift those numbers. And what's even more impressive is that he's lifting more than anyone else while weighing 125 kilos, which is very light for a super heavyweight these days. And what surprised me even more than the weight or the reps about this lift is that the weight is moving all over the place. It's bouncing off the floor, and yet the stability of Gasparini's wrist isn't going anywhere. I don't remember it exactly now, but I think Hermes Gasparini's best in this lift was somewhere around 65 kilos. So now maybe he's already closing in on 70 kilos. For reference, Michael's record was also over 60 kilos with his own style, but when he tried to do this lift the way Hermes Gasparini does it, then he was struggling to lift even 40 kilos initially, and even now I think he's lifting less than 45 kilos. So the gap is huge, and that was visible during their super match as well. And then this is the second lift, single arm preacher bicep curls. Hermes is calling it a hammer curl, but I think it's somewhere in between those two. So first Hermes did 4 reps with 83 kilos and then a couple of reps with 93 kilos. Anyone who can move this much weight with this kind of form should be taken really seriously on the arm wrestling table, even by Levan Saginashvili. And I think doing it with a belt where the weight rests on the floor at the end range of motion is a very smart choice. You don't have to have a couple of extra people to hold the weight in case your bicep opens up and you cannot control the weight anymore. You don't need them. I think that's a smart way to work out. A couple of years ago, there was a good positive mood about these lifts in the arm wrestling community. Everyone, including the fans, were posting some kind of lifts, and the pro arm wrestlers, elite arm wrestlers, they were doing it too. So I think we should get back to that. That was a good phase. And speaking of good lifts, one lift which is being praised and also slightly criticized by the arm wrestling community is Artur Makarov wrist curling 80 kilos for multiple reps. I'm talking about a single arm barbell wrist curl. So first he starts with 40 kilos, does a bunch of reps, then 50 kilos, same thing, 60, 70 and finally 80 kilos for multiple reps. People are saying that this isn't really a wrist curl. He's pushing his forearm with his knee joint and the range of motion isn't there. But I think for an arm wrestler, this range of motion is kind of perfect. And looking at the way he's curling that weight for multiple reps, I think he can do this exercise with 100 kilos, at least for 1 rep max. And I guess you need to have that kind of wrist curling and cupping abilities, which is not being trained here, but you need to have that if you want to curl Engin Terzi's unhookable pronation. Artur Makarov has done that. That tells you how solid this guy's wrist is. And he did the same to Mindaugas Terasitis too. These days, hooking really good top rollers is a very rare sight. People have developed their pronations so much that they become almost unhookable. But I guess guys like Rustam Babayev or Artur Makarov, they will keep on challenging these top rollers. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Like the video and I'll see you again.